Have you ever paused to ponder the purpose of your existence? In the hustle and bustle of life, it's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind, the routines and obligations, that we often fail to stop and question, why? Why am I here? What am I meant to do? What is the true purpose of my existence? These profound questions have puzzled mankind since the dawn of consciousness, and it is these questions that often lead us on a quest for deeper meaning, a spiritual journey, if you will. This journey is not about finding an external destination or acquiring materialistic possessions. No, it's a journey inward, towards the core of our being, the essence of our existence. It's about peeling back the layers of conditioned thought, societal expectations, and self-imposed limitations to reveal the radiant truth of who we truly are. And to guide us on this journey, we have a compass, a beacon of light in the form of a book. A book that has transformed millions of lives around the globe. The book is The Power of Now by renowned spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle. In this seminal work, Tolle presents a simple yet profound message. The key to finding meaning, to unraveling the mystery of existence, lies not in the past or the future, but in the present moment. For it is in the now, he contends, that we find our true selves, our true purpose. In The Power of Now, Tolle invites us to explore our consciousness and discover the transformative power of the present moment. Welcome, dear ones, to this journey of awakening. The Power of Now, a spiritual guide, unravels the profound truth of living in the present. This transformative work, penned by Eckhart Tolle, emphasizes the importance of embracing the present moment, of truly being in the now. Eckhart Tolle encourages us to relinquish our preoccupation with past regrets and future anxieties, to unburden ourselves from the weight of time. In doing so, we are able to connect with our true being, to find peace and tranquility in the simplicity of the present. Eckhart Tolle's teachings are deeply rooted in his personal journey towards enlightenment, a journey marked by intense suffering, despair, and ultimately self-realization. It was in his darkest hour that Eckhart Tolle experienced a profound awakening, a moment of clarity that revealed the dichotomy of his existence, the I and the self he could not live with. This realization led him into a state of deep peace and bliss, which he later understood to be his true nature. In his book, Eckhart Tolle explores these concepts in depth, providing practical exercises and insights to help readers navigate their own path to enlightenment. He delves into the connection between our inner bodies and the outer world, illuminating how this interconnectedness can lead to self-healing and a shift in consciousness. His teachings, while drawing from various spiritual doctrines, remain universally applicable, transcending religious and cultural boundaries. Eckhart Tolle also addresses the human tendency towards compulsive thinking, urging us to cultivate stillness and alertness. He highlights the significance of acceptance in our relationships and the detrimental effects of judgment and the desire to change others. He discusses the power of forgiveness and the importance of compassion, defining it as the recognition of a deep connection with all living beings. Through his teachings, Eckhart Tolle offers us a gateway to finding deep inner peace and spiritual enlightenment. But what does it mean to be present, and why is it so essential? These are questions that unravel the true essence of Eckhart Tolle's teachings. To be present, in Eckhart Tolle's terms, is to be fully aware and accepting of the current moment, devoid of past regrets or future anxieties. It is about immersing yourself in the now, experiencing life as it unfolds, moment by moment. This concept of presence is not about ignoring or denying the realities of life, but rather it's about acknowledging them without letting them dominate our mental state. Eckhart Tolle elucidates that our thoughts about reality often differ drastically from the actuality of the present moment. We tend to get caught up in a web of past reminiscences or future anticipations, which in turn deviate us from experiencing the beauty of now. This diversion, according to Eckhart Tolle, is the root cause of much human suffering. It is our inability to accept the present moment as it is that fosters discontent and unease. But how does one cultivate this presence? Eckhart Tolle suggests that it begins with developing a sense of stillness And it's about quieting the incessant chatter of our minds and focusing on our inner selves. This state of stillness allows us to observe our thoughts without judgment, to witness our emotions without becoming entangled in them. In this silence, we discover our true nature, unencumbered by the constructs of time and space. This practice of presence also has profound implications on our relationships. It fosters acceptance and reduces the desire to impose changes on our partners. It allows us to experience compassion, a deep connection with all living beings, and embrace forgiveness, letting hurtful words or actions pass through without resistance. Essence, the power of presence is the key to reducing human suffering and unlocking our true potential. It is the path that leads us to experience life in its purest form, transcending the confines of time and space. Being present, according to Eckhart Tolle, is the first step towards understanding our true being and releasing our identification with the mind. Inner peace, a state of tranquility and serenity, is what many of us yearn for. It's a state where the mind is not disturbed by the external world, a place of quietude and calm. Eckhart Tolle, in his book The Power of Now, provides us with a roadmap to this coveted state. Eckhart Tolle teaches us that inner peace begins with acceptance. Acceptance of the present moment, acceptance of ourselves, and acceptance of others. In relationships, he emphasizes the significance of acceptance over judgment and the desire to change one's partner. Instead of trying to mold our partners into our ideal version of them, we are invited to accept them as they are, in their entirety, with their strengths and their weaknesses. This acceptance, Eckhart Tolle suggests, paves the way for harmonious relationships and contributes to our inner peace. Then is solitude. Eckhart Tolle encourages us to find comfort in solitude before seeking a relationship. This is not about isolating ourselves, but about being comfortable with our own company. It's about not using relationships as a means to cover up unease. By finding peace within ourselves first, we become better equipped to foster peaceful relationships with others. And what about when we get hurt? Eckhart Tolle talks about forgiveness. He describes it as the ability to let hurtful words or actions pass through us without resistance. It's about not holding on to the pain, not letting it define us, but instead letting it flow through us and out, leaving us unscathed. This form of forgiveness, Eckhart Tolle asserts, is not just about others, but also about forgiving ourselves, releasing ourselves from the chains of past mistakes and regrets. In essence, Eckhart Tolle's path to inner peace is a journey of acceptance, of finding comfort in solitude, and of embracing forgiveness. It requires us to let go of our judgments, our resistances, and our past hurts. As Eckhart Tolle points out, inner peace comes from accepting the present moment as it is without judgment or resistance. It's about embracing the now with all its imperfections and finding peace within it. It's a journey within, a journey towards our true selves, and it's a journey that each one of us can embark on right here, right now. At the heart of Eckhart Tolle's teachings is the concept of compassion and connection. It is more than just a feeling of empathy or sympathy. According to Eckhart Tolle, compassion is the recognition of a deep connection with all living beings. We often perceive ourselves as separate entities, disconnected from others and the world around us. In truth, we are all part of a vast interconnected web of life. Each one of us is a unique expression of the same universal consciousness. When we truly understand this, we start to see ourselves in others and others in ourselves. This realization is the birthplace of genuine compassion. Compassion, in Eckhart Tolle's view, is not a virtue that we need to cultivate. It is a natural outcome of our realization of oneness with life. It springs from a place of deep understanding and acceptance, not from judgment or the desire to change others. When we approach others with compassion, we meet them in their humanity, acknowledging their struggles and pain, just as we acknowledge our own. But compassion is not only for others, it starts with ourselves. Eckhart Tolle encourages us to be compassionate towards our own thoughts, emotions, and experiences, to meet ourselves with understanding and acceptance rather than judgment or resistance. This self-compassion can lead to a shift in consciousness, a shift from identification with our thoughts and emotions to identification with our true essence. This shift in consciousness is transformative. It can lead to self-healing and a deep sense of inner peace. Eckhart Tolle explains that when we live from this place of compassion and connection, we become channels of peace and healing in the world. Our presence can bring comfort and solace to others, not because we are doing something, but simply because we are being. By embracing compassion, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to the collective consciousness of humanity. When we live in compassion, we are not only transforming ourselves, but also the world around us. We are adding to the collective pool of love, understanding, and peace in the world. In this way, each one of us, in our own small way, can make a significant impact on the collective consciousness of humanity. So how can we use these teachings to transform our own lives? A life where the mind's ceaseless chatter is replaced with stillness, where regrets of the past and anxieties of the future no longer hold us captive. This is the power of Eckhart Tolle's teachings in his seminal work, The Power of Now. To begin, we must understand that presence is not about ignoring the world around us. Rather, it is about fully immersing ourselves in the moment, accepting our current situation, and allowing ourselves to experience life as it unfolds. When we wash dishes, we wash dishes. When we walk, we walk. In each moment, we are fully there, not lost in thought or distracted by the illusion of time. Next, we need to cultivate stillness and alertness. This practice is not about emptying the mind, but about becoming aware of the thoughts, feelings, and sensations that arise within us. By observing these phenomena without judgment or resistance, we can disidentify from our mind and connect with our true being. And what about our relationships? Here, the Power of Now teachings from Eckhart Tolle instruct us to embrace acceptance and let go of the desire to change our partner. When we cease to judge and start to accept, we create an environment of love and understanding, fostering deeper connections and harmony. Then there's the concept of forgiveness, a powerful tool that lets go of past hurts and opens the door to healing. By allowing hurtful words or actions to pass through without resistance, we free ourselves from the shackles of resentment and bitterness. Finally, compassion. Recognizing our deep connection with all living beings promotes a sense of unity and shared humanity. It helps us to understand that our individual suffering is part of a larger whole, and in this understanding, we find comfort and solace. Incorporating these practices into our daily lives can lead to a profound shift in consciousness, a movement towards a more fulfilled and peaceful existence. It's not always easy, but the rewards are immense. As we learn to live in the now, we open ourselves to a world of inner peace and spiritual enlightenment. The journey to self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment is a personal one. As we have explored in our journey through Eckhart Tolle's transformative book, The Power of Now, each step we take towards understanding our true selves is a step towards inner peace and fulfillment. We have delved into the power of presence, the importance of living in the moment, and the profound impact this can have on our lives. We have seen how by embracing the now, we can quiet the mind, let go of past regrets and future anxieties, and truly connect with our inner beings. We have journeyed down the path to inner peace, understanding that true tranquility comes not from external circumstances, but from within. It is in the silence of the mind, in the stillness of the present moment, that we can truly hear our inner voice and connect with our true selves. Have also learned about the transformative effects of compassion and connection, how recognizing our shared humanity can dissolve the illusion of separateness and bring us closer to each other and to the world around us. This deep connection with all living beings is a fundamental aspect of our spiritual awakening. Finally, we have explored how to apply these teachings in our everyday lives, understanding that the power of now is not just a concept, but a practical tool that can guide us towards a more mindful, peaceful, and fulfilling existence. As we conclude this journey, remember that these teachings are not meant to be an end in themselves, but a guide, a beacon leading you towards your own journey of self-discovery. The power of now is not something to be attained, but something to be realized. It is not an external force, but an inner truth that resides within each one of us. I encourage you, dear listener, to embark on your own journey of self-discovery. Embrace the power of the present moment. Let go of past regrets and future anxieties. Connect with your true self. Recognize the deep connection you share with all living beings. And above all, remember that the journey to self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment is a personal one, unique to each individual. Remember, the power lies within you, and it is always now.